Exodus 18 has good news for anyone who's ever felt overwhelmed. Do you feel overwhelmed? It'd be easy to understand if you do. There's a lot going on. Our schedules have changed, our demands have changed, the demands on our time, the demands on our emotions, the demands on our relationships, it's all changed, and it might overwhelm you. In Exodus 18, Moses was feeling overwhelmed too. As they started settling into their new reality, problems kept happening. People had concerns and they needed to take them somewhere, and they were used to Moses being the fixer, the guy who would come in and fix everything. And so they would go to Moses and ask for advice, and he would give them the best advice he knew how to give, which was fine. But problems kept happening, and people kept coming. More people and more people and more people than he was used to, and it was a new situation, and there were new challenges, and he kept doing his best to try to fix everybody's situation, to try to make the best decisions he knew and how, but it became overwhelming for him. To the point that his father-in-law, Jethro, came in and said, "Moses, what are you doing? You're wearing yourself out. You can't do all of this." And Moses probably knew that. He probably knew he was trying to do more than he had previously done successfully. So why didn't he stop? Why didn't he ask for help? Maybe for the same reason we're hesitant to, as new things keep coming into our lives. Because we're worried about what it'll say about us. Like, what does it mean if you can't do your job well from home and also keep and maintain a home and also be there emotionally for everybody in your home? What does it say about you if you don't work as well in this location as you did in the previous location? What does it say about you if your emotions are getting more stretched and if you can't handle everybody's up and down emotions as well as you previously did? What does it mean if you can't help your kid with their schoolwork as well as you used to be able to, or teach them? What does it mean if you can't handle being unemployed or having less money? What does it say about you? Same thing that it may have said about Moses, that he had a limit. We have limits. There's only so much we can do, and it's unrealistic of us to think otherwise. But we're so hesitant to ask for help. We load ourselves down, we try to do everything, and we try to do it well because we're afraid of what it'll say about us. But there's an important question you need to ask yourself if you feel overwhelmed. How did you get here? How did you get to the place where you are at right now? Did you get here because you always make exactly the right decision? Because you have always handled your emotions just perfectly? Because you know exactly the wise thing to do in every situation? Because you've always done your job well? Because you've always been there for the people who need your help? Because you've never failed? Is that why you're here? Because you've never messed up? Your decisions have always been the right ones? You've understood the context, the full context, and everybody's perspective every single time, and so you knew exactly what to do and the right decisions to make? No, that's not why you're here. You're here for the same reason Moses was there that day. Because God was gracious to him. God was kind. He was better to Moses than he deserved. That's how Moses got to where he is. And that is the only reason we've gotten to where we are. Because God treats us far better than we deserve. And he always does. And he always will. I don't know how many times in the Bible it tells us who our God is, that he is compassionate, that he is gracious, that he is merciful, that he is these things all the time. So that we don't have to put the pressure on ourselves to do everything so well in order to feel good about ourselves or about our life or about where we're going. He takes that pressure on himself. Like it says in the famous hymn, Amazing Grace, it is grace that has brought us safe thus far. And it's not your ability that's going to get you home. And grace will lead us home. Rest well tonight, my friends. Grace is leading you home.